Hi drummers, hope you're doing well. Right, Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison, of course. Shout out to superstar channel member Vic, who's working on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the intro. Breakdown or bass solo. Slight intro. So there you go, just to be clear, this is the original version of the tune, give or take. This is not the same as the grade 4 version, which does follow the same arrangement, but has a quite specific part and features some stuff that isn't in the original. This is just the kind of, if you're playing it with your band version, which is where Vic's at. What I'm going to do here is just have a look at 2 or 3, I guess, of the main bits, the main sections, as I would play them. And I generally play this, I would say, quite close to what's on the original. I think the intro right at the start is one of the most interesting and potentially most tricky bits. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, bomb, bomb. So the tambourine is playing on the 2 and the 4. It might be that someone else in your band could play that. On the original, I suspect that's an overdub, or it's not been played at the same time at least. But if you're the only percussionist in your band, my strong recommendation is you play that. On the grade 4 version, they get you doing that on the hi-hat. As long as there's something, a hi-hat on 2 and 4, or a tambourine on 2 and 4, or both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a good look to get started, I'd say. But the bass drum is the thing that makes it feel like Brown Eyed Girl. In the intro, you've got 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I would say this is potentially the trickiest bit of the tune right at the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, bom, bom. So that bass drum again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you get it on the 1, but then on the ands, as ever, as usual, on the channel members page, I'll post just now practice along version of this. You can roll around 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you play on the 1, all the other bass drums are on the and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So funny old thing, but probably potentially the trickiest bit of coordination, especially if you're quite near the beginning of playing the drums right at the start. Then the verse kicks in. So this is another interesting one. It changes up a little bit. The general idea is something like 1 and 2 and 3 and. So I'll put that down as the practice along version for the first verse. Sometimes there's not as many bass drums as that. So it's a classic played drum part. It's not like copied and pasted, like the drummer is actually playing it all the way through the song. So it's a nice bit of variation here or there. That's the first verse. And then what I would probably call the chorus. It's difficult, isn't it? You could argue that the sha-la-la bit is the chorus, but I'm calling the next bit the chorus, My Brown-Eyed Girl. It makes sense that the title of the song is the chorus. So the next bit is the same groove, the chorus. But what's really fun is when the second verse comes in, and pretty much for the rest of the tune after that, the verse groove, or even if it's in the chorus, has this extra symbol in there. This is from verse 2 onwards. So I actually really like this bit, and this isn't in the grade 4 version, and you often, when you see bands playing this, to be fair, the drummer typically doesn't do this, but it's all the way through the song, and it's really quite loud, and I really like it, and if I really miss it if it's not there, and if I'm in a pub or a club or whatever, or a band is playing this live, and I'm there, I always air drum that symbol. I think it's really great. I'm kind of gutted they missed it out of the grade 4 version. I'm always gutted when you watch a band play this and they don't do that bit. It is optional, like the song works just fine without it. If you didn't play it, I don't suppose your average punter would notice necessarily. But there is something about it when you do it. Typically, I find if you do it, a bass player will turn around and be like, yeah, like it just feels, that's how it goes. Like, that's the part. It goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you'd say it's a push on the and of beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. And like I say, that pretty much rolls through the rest of the tune from then on, right? There's just a couple of other bits I want to talk about. One is the Do You Remember When We Used to Sing, which is just a short little bit just before the sha-la-las come in. I don't know if you're calling Brown-Eyed Girl the chorus, what do you call sha-la-las? The middle eight, maybe? I don't know. But I just call them the sha-la-las. There's a bit just before that. This doesn't do this on the original, but I personally, like I was doing in that little playthrough, I go into like a Motown feel. I really feel like it just sets up the sha-la-las really nicely, and the grade 4 version does something like that. I can't remember if I used to do that in this song before the grade 4 version, or if that's just like changed the way I play this forever. But it just feels right. It's not in the original, it's totally optional, but that's another one I'll put as a practice along on the channel members page, as usual. Lovely. You've then got the sha-la-las, and then you've got the breakdown bit, or the bass solo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. This is just like the intro. You guessed it, I'll put a practice along version for this on the channel members page as well. There's every bit of this I really like. So the 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And the bit that I like the most is that sneaky delayed snare drum right at the end. You're kind of expecting it on beat 4. It's on the and of beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're then back into the verse with the push crash cymbal as before, and then it's all the same sort of stuff. You do a verse, you do another chorus, Brown Eyed Girl, you either do another little Motown bit leading up to Do You Remember When We Used to Sing? Then you do the sha-la-las. Typically in the outro sha-la-las, you do some more drum fills. So shout out to Vic, hope that's helpful. To repeat, that's not the grade 4 version. There's loads of great details in the grade 4 version, way more like prescribed details than obviously if you were just jamming this with your band at the jam night, at your gig or whatever. But that's the main stuff in it, they're the main moments. All of those moments I will notate, and all of those moments I'll put as a practice along version on the channel members page. Now, like I say, shout out to Vic and all the amazing channel members of this channel. If becoming a channel member of this channel sounds like it might be for you, I would hugely appreciate your support. All you guys coming in and supporting the channel has made this incredible. If you've enjoyed these videos, found them useful, helpful, and you feel like you're in a position to support, that's the way to do it. People message me every day and say, "Are you available for drum lessons?" Some people even go as far as to say, "I've watched your videos and I really got value out of them, and I really appreciate that. Are you available for lessons?" Yes, I am. To repeat, what I often say on these videos is via the channel membership program. So you become a member, buymeacoffee.com/MikeBarnesDrums, details below. It's £10 a month. You get a whole load of great features, a complimentary personalised practice plan just for you, updated as you progress. You can send your videos of the practice videos of the stuff you're working on your practice plan. I'll do video responses. Well, not this is a YouTube video, but I'll do video responses of this nature, and we'll build your practice plan and update it as you progress. You can get a complimentary 30-minute Zoom or face-to-face session. Zoom, I'll be on the electronic kit you might see in some videos. Face-to-face will be here at Will Burton on the 2 acoustic drum kits. As a channel member, you can then access future sessions, so you can then book in for either Zoom or face-to-face sessions after that at the channel members rate. Although as it's worked out happily, because of demand, I no longer am able to accept bookings for non-members. So that's the way you get in for lessons, is to become a channel member, and a whole lot of other great features. Like I've just said, you get the notation and practice along version, whatever the supporting material is for these videos, which I post regularly and will continue to do so. So shout out to all the amazing channel members. I really love it so much. I really appreciate your support. I'm really glad if it's working for you. I hope you enjoy the practice plans. Hope you like the sessions. I hope you like the supporting material. I hugely appreciate your support. If that sounds like it might be for you, details below, or just head to buymeacoffee.com/MikeBarnesDrums. Thanks for watching as always. Any questions about that or anything else, give us a shout. See you soon. Cheers.